Mm, mm. Things on, so we should be okay. At least it should be. There we go. There we go. Now it's on for sure. There we go. Go ahead and wait for people to start tuning in. This week has been actually, you know what? This week went by quick, kind of like last week. I was about to say this week went by slow. It did actually, you know what? It went by a little slower than my first week at my new job, but it still went by pretty quick versus being at old job, which like being a week there would feel like a whole month. But yeah, no, my week has been pretty good. Just been working basically, still at my new job, still learning new things. Um, this week I've been on a roof basically the whole week, and then my last 2 days was on Port Florida at an exhibit. Kind of like an exhibit. It's off of Lake Tahoe, if you guys know where that's at in Florida. Yeah. What's up? Everybody that's just now tuning in, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good morning. Name one Rush song. Limelight, Tom Sawyer. Limelight's personally my favorite. But yeah, no, basically just been working this week, still learning new things. But yeah, no, I've been in Southport, Florida, off of Lake Tahoe. If you guys know where that's it. Chronic, what's up? What's up, Chronic? How you doing, my boy? What's up, Xavier? Yeah, Brody. How's everybody's morning going? Me too. I'm pretty much just chilling though. I'm just trying to really just enjoy this weekend, honestly. Like I'm really not in a rush to do anything. This weekend was a long week for me, so weekend, but this week was a long week for me. Like I said, I've been working all week. I've been up on a roof most of the week, except for Thursday and Friday, which was yesterday. Like I said, I was in a place in Florida off of Lake Tahoe called Boggy Creek. Turn your hat is that's as far as it's gonna go because I don't like my hat sideways. But but I'll work with you. How about that? We'll work together. Okay. I'll make an exception if you can make an exception. But yeah, no, just been working. But the place I have been working at is actually pretty cool because, like I said, it's like an exhibit place. They got like all kinds of stuff there. They got like alligators. They got airboat rides and stuff like that. They got like places where like if you have like an RV and stuff like that, you can hook up your RV. But for Halloween, interestingly enough, they have an attraction going on there with like haunted trail rides and stuff. And they have like three like haunted trail rides. They have like a regular trail ride, and then they have a boat one that's on the water, which I've never seen before. I've never seen like a haunted like trail ride on a boat to where like on the water. So I guess that's gonna be a part of their exhibit. And they have like one more trail ride that's like actually in the exhibit itself, which seems pretty cool to me. Like I said, this is like my first time being out there, so I don't know even know if you guys know where it's at, but it is pretty cool. But no, it's been good out there though. Like I said, from being up on the roof working in the sun, and it's hot up there. Being on the roof, working on the roof is like a whole different story, different from like working regularly. Just about being in the sun. No, Big Earn is wild. Yeah, I don't know what bro's talking about. I don't know what bro's talking about. But, so working out in the sun on the roof, like a whole different story, and I didn't know that, but, being out in Boggy Creek on the water, it's been a lot cooler. This week has been a lot cooler versus last week anyways, just to be honest. Just messing around, hope y'all are having a good morning. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good morning too. Like I said, by the way, if I'm just not like if it sounds like I'm just rambling, I'm just trying to wake up, so don't mind me. But yeah, no, this place, like I said, Boggy Creek. If you guys haven't been, if you're around the Florida area or ever in the Florida area, definitely suggest you checking it out. It looked really cool. So I don't know, I might go depending on depending on how long I'm working out there. If I get tired of the place and I don't want to be out there anymore, then I might just leave. Do eat a healthy breakfast? I didn't even eat breakfast. I didn't even eat breakfast. Me and breakfast, like me and food in the morning, don't agree much. We really don't. Anyways, I mean, last night was okay though. You know what I mean? Yesterday I got off work early, came home, watched my favorite college football team play. We lost, unfortunately. I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan. But it is what it is. It was my first game watching back. Like I said, I haven't been watching a lot of football lately. I definitely haven't been watching like a lot of the college football either. And I don't watch NFL. I'm not a big NFL person. The only time I'll watch NFL if it's like has a good halftime performance or like have this like a good halftime. Other than that, I don't watch NFL. I'm not a big NFL person, but I do like college football, and I just got back into watching football. And it's sad that my favorite team, lost last night. My first time watching back. But yeah, and then hash browns. Hey, okay, I'm not gonna lie. The hash browns is the only thing I eat for McDonald's breakfast. I don't like the hot cakes. I don't like the sausage. I don't like anything else from there. But their hash browns, that's where it's at. The hash browns is where it's at. Like I said, I don't know. My fiance likes the hot cakes too, but I personally don't like the hot cake. They just taste dry to me. But the hash browns do hit. But it's an underrated breakfast place? An underrated breakfast place is, Wendy's. To me, it is. Listen, I've never had Wendy's breakfast until, like, 3 years ago, and I had it for the first time, and I was like, "Okay, this is a game changer. This is a game changer." That was a wrap. I was like, "Okay, this is definitely better than McDonald's breakfast." Yes, bro, I'm telling you, just listen. One morning, go to Wendy's, skip wherever you go to Wendy's, and just I'm telling you, try it. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is amazing. It's good. And their orange juice is good too. I've never had Taco Bell breakfast. Never in my life. I swear to you, I've never had Taco Bell breakfast. I've thought about it, but I've never had it. What, you're married? I'm engaged. Not married, but engaged. But yeah, no, I don't know. I've never had Taco Bell breakfast. I thought about it before, but I've never had it. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's not waste much more time. Like I said, recently been watching football again. Yesterday I watched Miami. Last night I watched Miami football Hurricanes game. And like I said, I was a little disappointed because it was my first game watching again, and I was like, ah, this sucks. This sucks. I was like, maybe I brought bad karma onto the football team. That's what I thought. I was like, yeah. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have started watching today. Today, by the way, you guys, I am going to be reading you guys a mini teaser of the story that I've been writing, like I spoke about in a couple of episodes back. We talked about writing our own horror script for Note the Roads 5. If you guys haven't watched the short horror series on YouTube, Note the Road, I highly suggest you go check it out before we read this today or before we read it the whole official script on Halloween for a special event like we talked about a couple episodes back. Mm. But I am going to be reading you guys a little mini teaser here on the episode today, which should be interesting. Like I said, if you guys like horror, or if you wanting to get into more of the short stories of horror, I definitely suggest sticking around because we're going to read it here today. If you're interested for that, like I said, it's only going to be like 5 minutes of it. It's not going to be anything long. It's just going to be like a little snippet of it. End up watching some NFL. No, bro, I know the Bucks are. We only had one good season, which was with Brady, and that was it. We only had one good season with Brady, and that was it. Went to the Super Bowl, won, and then nothing else after that. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. I mean, at least we don't got Winston in there anymore. Does anybody know if Winston still plays? Because like I said, I don't keep up with that stuff. Does he still play? Because last time I seen him play, he was still playing for the Saints. I don't know what he's doing now. But yeah, no, definitely. We're going to be reading little mini teaser. He plays for the Giants. Oh, that's crazy. He plays for the Giants now. About had a burp. Bro, I found out that I had somebody that I went to high school with into the NFL. I played on the football team with him too for a little bit during like our spring season. So not long, but during our spring season. Who? Arian Smith. He plays for the Jets. I believe he plays for the Jets, but you can look him up. His name is Arian Smith. He went to Mulberry High. Look it up. It'll tell you exactly what high school he went to, Mulberry High. Played with him for a little bit. Just a little interesting fact. No, stay tuned if you guys are interested in the No Through Roads 5 script. Like I said, I'm reading a little teaser of it here today on the show. But make sure you guys stay tuned till the end. Highly suggest you guys go check out other episodes from the show. I have officially made a playlist on the channel for the show. So that way, if you go to my playlist on my channel, it should be right there, the first one, the grading show. So if you guys are new around here or want to watch the other episodes, just to, get like a feel for what the show's about, you guys can go ahead and watch the previous ones just so you guys can know what other things that we talked about in the past. And like I said, it's every other episode, like I'll give an update on previous things that we talked about. So if you guys want to go ahead and make sure, or if you guys want to know what we're talking about for any segment of the episode, you guys can go back and watch previous episodes via the playlist on my channel. So that to help you out. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. Today is October 18th, Saturday, 2025. It is currently 8:19 a.m. in the morning. For me, it's sunny, but it's probably gonna rain today. I feel like it's gonna rain today. Maybe not though. I haven't looked at the weather yet. I'm gonna be honest with you for sure, bro. Script writing is a very good practice of mine. Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. I've been enjoying writing this script. And this is my like first script I'm ever writing. I'm gonna write more after this, but this is just like my first one just to get started. And I thought I picked No Through Road because like that was like my favorite horror like series on YouTube back then. But yeah, I definitely got to do one for that because it leaves off on a cliffhanger, and I was like, definitely got to do more for that. But I don't know. We'll see how it does. But I am very excited for it. Anyways, how's everybody's week been? How's everybody's morning going so far? Like I said, if you're new around here, don't know what the show is about, I do have a playlist on the channel that you can go and watch so that way you can get caught up on what we talk about. We also have a community Discord server. If you guys go to my channel bio, it's going to be a link in there for our community Discord. It's for my promotion, my team, and for me personally. I have a little space in there for my content and for like, the information about the grading show. So if you guys would like to join the community Discord server, it is going to be in the channel bio. So make sure you guys go ahead and check it out. I definitely encourage you guys to join so that way you guys can stay updated for whatever projects we're working on here on the channel and for whenever we go live with the grading show. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and start with question of the day. So, question of the day is if you were to form your own rock band or or rap group or to have like come up with your own rap name, what would it be? I'll give my answer in a little bit, but I want you guys to answer. If you were to come up with your own rock band name or a rap group name or a rapper name, what would it be? Figure I'd give people because we mainly talk about like hip hop and rock around here, like on the show. So I was like, I would just keep it within that category. Dirty Sanchez. I like that one. I like that one. You know what? That could work. That could work. I actually like that. Dirty Sanchez. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Would y'all listen to Dirty Sanchez? Are we bumping some Dirty Sanchez today? Socks. I'm finna put on some Dirty Sanchez. You know what? I like it though. I like it. Bubonic Chronic. Angel. Okay. All right. We getting some. We getting some good. I'm not gonna lie. Fly Angels. Angels. All right. Chronics. I like Chronics too. Dirty Sanchez. That one got to me. Not the Dirty Sanchez. Fly Angel. We like to hear it though. Like Chronic. But for me, I would definitely have it be a rock band. That's just more my ordeal. But if I was to come up with my own rock band name, I would have it be the New Age. I don't know why I would have it be like that be my name for it, the New Age, but for some reason that name has always sound clean to me for some reason. The New Age. I don't know. That's just something I came up with like a while back. I was trying to like learn how to play guitar here and there. And then I was like, man, it'd be cool if I had like my own band. And then I thought about that name and I had it like written down for a while. But um nah, for real. I That's probably what I would do. I would probably form my own rock band and I would call it the New Age. I think there's a group called New Age already. I plead the fifth. Never mind. I don't know what y'all talking about. The New Age. I never said that. I didn't know that. If is there already a group called the New Age though? That's crazy. No, yeah, that's what I would have it be. The New Age. If it's not already taken. If it's already taken, then obviously I can't use it. I'm not trying to go to court. I don't got money for that. Or I could just replace it with like an R. Put like a an R in there. The New Rage. The New Age 2.0. There you go. There, yay. That works. It's different. It's not the same thing. They just don't man, that's not Slam Slam. These names these names y'all are coming up with, that's crazy. No, but it would definitely be a rock band. For me, it'd definitely be a rock band. That's just more my genre. Moving on, we got some sad news. Um, we got some sad news. So 2 days ago, 2 nights ago, I should say, Ace Frehley of the band Kiss passed away at the age of 74 due to a brain bleeding caused by a fall in his studio, and he was on life support. He was on life support, and then I guess they took him off 2 nights ago. You guys don't know who the band Kiss is, I definitely suggest you guys go and listen to them. At least listen to like a couple of albums of or like a couple of songs of theirs. Definitely a very good band. In fact, we were talking about them not too long ago on the show, a couple of episodes back. I wanna say episode 4, we were talking about them, which is crazy that we're talking about him again. Not in the best way, I mean, it's kinda sad news, but he was the main guitarist for the band, and he was on life support due to brain bleeding caused by a fall in his personal studio. He was 74, damn. It's hard, that's crazy. Like I said, I've been listening to Kiss since I was very, very young. My grandfather introduced me to the band. But that one definitely hurts a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Some sad news. Ace Frehley, main guitarist of Kiss, has passed. Would that be considered a accident then, if he fell, right? I don't know if that would be considered much of a freak accident, but to me, that's what it would sound like, right? Because like, I don't know, maybe? Because how did he fall? I guess that also depends on how he fell. For some reason, for me, I was picturing him for some reason, like, standing on a ladder or something. You know what I mean? Standing on the ladder, changing lights or something, or, like, fixing something maybe, and then maybe he just fell off a ladder or something. I don't know. I can't imagine him sitting down and then falling. I mean, maybe, I don't know, just like I said, if you land a certain way, it doesn't matter how you fall. If you land a certain way, I mean, yeah. And then also, old age could play a big factor into it. So, there's that. But regardless of what it was, very sad news. Rest in peace to Ace Frehley. You'll be missed. He even wrote a couple of songs for the band Kiss, including one of my favorite songs, "Shock Me." Yeah, sad day in the rock community. Rest in peace to Ace Frehley. Moving on, NBA YoungBoy has a new album releasing that I just found out about too, actually last week, right after I ended the show. Yeah, rip Ace, for real, rip Ace, definitely rip Ace. In peace. Like I said, that one kinda hits hard because I've been listening to Kiss since I was very young. My grandfather introduced me to them, so I know, it's very, very, very sad. Very sad. Rest in peace, Ace. But yeah, NBA YoungBoy has a new album releasing coming November 28th called Slime Cry. For any of you guys that listen to any rap music or any fans of here in here that are fans of NBA YoungBoy, there's a new album coming called Slime Cry, November 28th of this year. I don't know if we know any like collab or like if he has any. I don't know if we know any of the features that he's having or what are the song names that he's having. What we do know is that he has the album coming out November 28th. I don't really listen to much of NBA YoungBoy. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Last time I really listened to NBA YoungBoy like a lot was whenever he first came out. Whenever he first came out, I listened to a lot of NBA YoungBoy, and then like after a while, I just stopped listening. I only listen to like a few select of artists, to be honest with you guys. I don't really listen to like everybody, and I only listen to like I said, a handful of select artists. And sadly, NBA YoungBoy is not one of them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a couple of his songs on my playlist, but I'm not always listening to NBA YoungBoy. So I'm not really excited about this coming out, to be honest with you guys. But mm, I guess it is nice to get a new album from NBA YoungBoy. It's been a little bit, so it's definitely nice to get something new from him. So yeah, if you guys are excited, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. If you're watching after the fact of this being live, let me know what you guys think of NBA YoungBoy's new album coming out. Are you guys excited about it? What do you think? And yeah, I'm not into YB like new content. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Not really into it that much, but like I said, it is always nice for some new stuff. See, moving on, we have some more. coming in from the music news. MTV is officially no more, which I which is crazy because MTV has been around for the longest time. But it's official. MTV is no more. They have officially canceled MTV. Rest in peace also to MTV, which is just crazy, man. Like I feel like MTV did a lot for the music scene. Like I feel like it did a lot of like big things for the music scene. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of the music we have today, especially rock music, wouldn't be what it is today without MTV. So it's very sad to see MTV go. Very crazy because MTV has been around since my dad was a kid. And then, I remember growing up with MTV as well for a little bit, and it's just crazy. So rest in peace to MTV. Yeah, you guys, MTV is officially shut down. MTV is officially no more. Crazy. I mean, it does make sense. I mean, we have so much other like streaming, like music streaming apps and stuff like that today. Nobody's really using MTV. If you really sit there and think about it, the only time people were really using MTV was heavily, really mainly back in the 90s, early 2000s. They'd put it on, TV, but you got so many more streaming apps now. You got Spotify, you got, Apple Music, YouTube Music, you got all kinds of things. You know what I mean? There's so much more options than MTV. And if you're a radio person, a lot of people just they just get iHeartRadio. So they get all the, radio stations that they, could only imagine for. So it would make sense, but it definitely is sad to see that MTV is going away. I know a lot of the good TV shows. I remember watching the Ryan Sheckler show, having the Ryan Sheckler show while there. Even after the Ryan Sheckler show, they had the reruns that played on there. Um, but I watched that for a little bit. That's what also really got me into skateboarding. As you guys know, I have Ryan Sheckler as of today in my top 5 skateboarders. I know it's crazy, but like I said, watching Ryan Sheckler, whenever he was young, really helped me get into skateboarding. It was a big motivation for me. So, I was like, if I seen him doing it that young at the X Games, I was like, I can definitely skateboard. Probably won't make it to the X Games, but I could definitely get on the skateboard and hit a kickflip. I still can't do it, but hey. But rest in peace to MTV. Let me know what you guys think of it. Um, if you guys watch MTV at all growing up, let me know. It's definitely hits for me. It's crazy. All right, let's hop in the ring for some boxing news. So, Misfits 23 has officially been announced for December 20th. Um, And supposedly this is going to be a mini super card. It's not going to be an exact super card. You're gonna spy, bro. You're gonna fix shit. Maybe, maybe. It would be nice though, right? Oh no, we'll see. Mainly do as a hobby, but it would be nice. But yeah, Misfits 23. It is going to be December 20th, the event. Uh, good morning, brother. Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everybody. All the people that are just now tuning in, good morning. How's everybody doing? Right now, we're talking about boxing. We are talking about Misfits 23 officially being announced. Sadly, you missed the music segment, Livia, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll do a little sum up at the end of the stream if you're still here by that time. What people too did. But yeah, Misfits 23 announced for December 20th, and we already have rumored fights that are going to be on the card. We have Andrew Tate versus Chase DeBoer being rumored, which is just crazy. Um, I thought Andrew Tate was basic like charges in court or something like that. So I didn't know he was going to, you know, be doing a whole boxing match, but he is going to be doing The script below, dang man. No, you're good. Mm. Yeah, so supposedly Andrew Tate is going to be fighting on the card. We don't know if it's official yet, nothing has been confirmed, but it has been rumored and it has been hinted at that Andrew Tate will be facing none other than Chase Damore on Misfits 23. I don't know out of anybody why he would be facing Chase Damore, but I mean, I guess that's what it is. I'm still gonna be there to watch. Don't get me wrong, but I like Chase Damore. I like watching him fight. You know what I mean? I think he's a very entertaining fighter. I think he's very funny. I think he knows how to sell fights, but I just don't know why Andrew Tate would be fighting him out of anybody. But there is clips of Andrew Tate training already. He's been dropping people in sparring, which I mean, that doesn't really mean anything because Chase Damore has been very active lately, So we'll see how that goes, or if the fight even gets made. Like I said, it hasn't been confirmed. The only thing that has been announced is the fact that Misfits 23 is going to go ahead for December 20th. That date could potentially change in the future, depending on what goes on with scheduling and stuff like that. But Chase Damore has been rumored mm, to be facing Andrew Tate. Chase Damore versus Andrew Tate is supposedly potential fight on the card. Also, Tony Ferguson has been tweeting, hinting towards maybe a potential fight also on the card. Uh, that also hasn't been confirmed yet, but we've seen, throughout the week, this whole week that Slim did an interview on with Fred talking about how he wouldn't mind facing Tony Ferguson. So that could be a potential matchup. It looks like Tony Ferguson's down to fight anybody on Misfits, honestly. So it would be pretty interesting to see if he does go ahead and face Slim, or if they'll make him face a Nissan Gibb. But like I said, I talked about that a couple episodes as well. I thought that would be a very interesting matchup, a Nissan Gibb versus Tony Ferguson. That fight just makes sense to me. But Slim versus Tony Ferguson could also be interesting. I wouldn't also mind seeing that. That would also be an interesting fight. But one of those two fights on this card with the potential Andrew Tate fight could already in itself make a mini supercards. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think, what your thoughts are on Misfits 23 being announced, and what fights you would potentially like to see on the card. Moving on, Breakout '07 has officially wrapped up this week. Let me tell you something. I'm a big fan of Breakout. I'm a big fan of what they stand for. As you guys know, I am a part of the small creator boxing scene. And I love Breakout. I love everything they stand for. They've given me a chance to they've even given me the opportunity to come out and fight on one of their events, which, we are potentially going to do one day. I promise you that. Um, but Breakout '07 has officially wrapped up this week. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on what I thought about the event. As you guys know, like I said, I love everybody out on Breakout. Um, and honestly, I feel like the card was a great card. I feel like everybody came out and performed. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the fighters. I'm thankfully all the fighters are okay, but I always like to shout out the fighters because at the end of the day, they're going in there risking their lives, and they're going in there and doing something that a lot of people would never do, which is stepping in the ring. So respect goes out to all the fighters. You know what I mean? They did amazing performance. Um, I feel like honestly, we just need better camera quality for these events going into them more now. You know what I mean? We're gonna be going into our eighth event for Breakout. I honestly think it's time to step up maybe our camera quality and our commentating crew. You know what I mean? Always love having Debater George on there. Always love seeing Debater George on there. I feel like he's the best guy commentating for these fights. But yeah. Even me, I would love to potentially come out and commentate for a fight one day, maybe. You guys could also see me potentially commentate for one of the fights. But I don't know. Stay tuned. It's been talked about recently, so who knows? But you know, I feel like honestly, if we just a lot of people on Twitter complaining about it, which the only thing they were complaining about mainly about Breakout 7 is just how the quality was of the fights, the way the camera was. They didn't have the best ref in there, which they really honestly didn't. Like I said, the fighters they came out, they performed very well. I just feel like the ref was very sloppy in there. I feel like he just wasn't really paying attention to much of what the fighters were doing, honestly. And I feel like they hired him off the streets. You know what I mean? I feel like, they went out there and picked somebody's uncle up off the streets and said, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you to come be on this, be a referee of this boxing match. We're gonna pay you." And you're just like, "Oh, okay." So, you know, not to throw shade or anything, but that's what it looked like. So, maybe better refs. Maybe it's time to pick up, where we, host these events. Maybe we need to, host them in better areas. Try to get, better, maybe like, stadiums for them. I'm not saying you have to go out and, rent out a whole stadium or something like that or a whole arena, but, I feel like it'd be better to, up the quality of, what we're watching and stuff like that. That's the only complaint I've seen a lot of people talking about on X and stuff was just the quality and where these events are taking place. So, which I mean, I also get it where breakout's coming from, you know what I mean? A lot of money goes into this stuff. You know what I mean? The fighters got to get paid. Where these events, take place, the gyms that they rent out, the people they got to get paid. Everybody has to get paid. So, these events do take a lot of money, a lot of time that goes into it. So, but we'll see what happens with the future with breakout. But, other than that, breakout '07, let me know what you guys, y'all's thoughts are. If you guys don't watch Breakout Boxing, make sure you guys do go check them out over on YouTube. A small creator boxing league for creators like me and other small creators on YouTube. So yeah, make sure you guys go check them out. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are down in the comments. Moving on, we got some news from the professional boxing scene. Jaron Enos versus Usama Lima has officially wrapped up. I pronounced those wrong, those names wrong. I apologize because I'm pretty sure I did. Uh, But this fight was honestly crazy. I didn't watch any of the whole card. I honestly just watched this fight, YouTube after, post fight or whatever, the day after the fight. Seen highlights of it and crazy first round TKO that took place by the winner of Jaron Enos, who brutally TKO'd Usama Lima in the first round, which was just crazy. Mm, he didn't even give the guy time to breathe, didn't even give the guy time to think. He just went in there and he really just made it a complete bloodbath. It was crazy. Make sure you guys honestly, I suggest you guys go watch the fight. It's not a long fight. It's only like a 3-minute fight. Um, Jaron Enos knocks out Usama Lima in the first round, TKOs him. Crazy, crazy. There has been a lot of some controversy behind it, but honestly, I think it was a clean TKO. Crazy performance by Jaron Enos, and congratulations to him for winning the fight. Let me know what you guys would like to see next from him, and or who you would potentially like to see him face next. If you guys are aware of the fighter or know who the fighter is, let me know down in the comments if you're watching after the fact. And yeah, all right. So let's move over to the horror scene. Black Phone 2 is officially not playing in theaters. I didn't watch the first one, and I don't know if there's like any more before the one that came out previously. But like I said, I didn't watch the first Black Phone, so you guys could have to let me know, what it's about, or I don't like I said, I don't know any of the plot to the movie. I just know it's a horror movie, and if it just released in theaters, the sequel that is just released in theaters. So, will you guys be watching? Will you guys be seeing it this weekend? If so, let me know what your thoughts are, or if you have already seen it, let me know what you guys thought of the movie. Because like I said, I probably won't be watching it. Didn't really have any much interest watching the trailer for it. So you guys let me know what you guys think of the Black Phone 2 officially releasing in theaters. Officially released yesterday, I think. So yeah, if you're going to the theaters this weekend, will you be going to see Black Phone 2? I won't be because, like I said, didn't really look interesting to me. So it was okay. He's a psycho kidnapper. Oh, okay. So is it like a sequel? Like, is the first movie tied to anything else, or is it just like it's the first one? Like, what's up, Tom? Good morning. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. He's a psycho kidnapper. Oh, okay, alright, I figured that. I agree, didn't seem too intriguing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I seen trailers of the first one whenever that first came out, and then I seen, like, some teasers for the second one, but it didn't really seem intriguing to me, so I definitely won't be seeing it. But, like I said, maybe some people will. Maybe some people like the first one, but I don't know, I probably won't be watching. Um, moving on, um, if you guys don't know, we talked about, the movie Talk to Me a couple of episodes back. I talked about how it was in my top 5 horror movies and how I thought it was a really good movie. I even suggest that some of you guys go and watch it. Um, and it's one of the movies that I really fell in love with in, like, over the past, like, 3 years. I suggest you guys go watch it if you haven't, but recently, the creators, Raka Raka, have officially released their movie Bring Her Back 4 months ago, and it did amazing in the box office. It had a big success, and people were talking about if that could potentially lead to us getting a Talk to Me 2. If you guys haven't watched the first Talk to Me, like I said, I suggest you guys definitely go watch Talk to Me 2. Mm. The developers were YouTubers who made the movie, and like I said, it was crazy to go watch in theaters because I didn't think it was going to be, the best movies, it being, made by YouTubers, being directed by YouTubers, but after watching it, I was like, "Wow." I mean, I even put it in my top 5 horror movies. So, for it to even be there, you know what I mean? It definitely was a good movie for what it was. I have not watched Bring Her Back yet, just because I didn't know it released, Imma be honest with you, but I definitely will be watching it this weekend just to see how it was. But I did see some reviews of people saying it was very good and that it did very good in the box office, and, Raka Raka made a lot of money off of the movie. So, if we could potentially get a Talk to Me too, I think that would be great. I just hope that if we do get a Talk to Me too, I would hope that they do something different with it, because usually when people move into the sequels of movies, they're not always the best. So I hope if they do make a Talk to Me too, they, just stick to the formula, but also try something new. Like I said before, you know what I mean? I always like it when they try something new. Yes! I remember that movie not too long ago as well. The Haunting in Connecticut is a very good horror movie. That's crazy because whenever we did that episode, like, right after we ended, I was thinking about that too. To put Haunting in Connecticut in there. But like I said, that my top 5 could always change. It could always change. You ask me another day, I could put, like, complete different movies in there, so Haunting in Connecticut is definitely going in my top 5, or at least in my special mentions. If you guys haven't watched Haunting in Connecticut 2 yet, or Haunting in Connecticut 2, if you guys haven't watched Haunting in Connecticut yet, you guys don't know what's up. Don't talk to me unless you've watched it. Go watch Haunting in Connecticut, and then you can come back and talk to me. But we ain't talking unless you watch Haunting in Connecticut. See what people in the chat are saying. Didn't seem too intriguing. Is it okay to be gay? Listen, hey, it's okay to be whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, and that's all that matters in life. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Don't worry about what other people say about you. Whatever makes you happy. That's what life's about, man. You got to make yourself happy sometimes. You got whatever makes you happy. I believe there is a second. Yeah, no, every time I watch Haunting in Connecticut, the jumps, they always get me. That movie always gets me. And the fact that it's based on a true story, or like at least based off of true events, every time I watch it, it does get me too. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Haunting in Connecticut does scare me. That's a scary movie. It is a very scary movie. Another one that I thought about too that I should put in my special mention is The Dark Skies. Livia, I'm pretty sure you've seen The Dark Skies before, but The Dark Skies is also a pretty good movie. It's about, it's the movie where the boy, like, or where I'm pretty sure it's aliens that, like, try, like, they start messing with his family that live in this house, and then, like, the boy starts communicating to them, like, some way. I don't know, it's a crazy movie, but I believe it came out in 2012, but it's a very good movie. Um, but yeah, no, hopefully we do get Talk to Me too, because like I said, the first movie was very, very good and very scary too. It was a very scary movie. I know Dark Skies is a very good movie. And Talk to Me too, or Talk to Me is a very good movie as well. Brightburn, have you seen it? No, actually, I haven't. I've not seen Brightburn. I've not seen Brightburn, but I definitely should check that out though. Yeah. Anyways, would you guys like to see a Talk to Me too? If so, what would you like to see in the movie? What would you like to see them do differently? Would you like to see any of the other actors from the previous movies come back? Would you like to see any of the characters come back? If so, let us know down in the comments if you're watching after the fact of it being live. Mom's Voodoo, you have to watch it. Bet I'm definitely gonna add that to the list then. Right now, I'm having me and Sam are watching Let Me In. That was also part of my top 5 horror movies, Let Me In, which is also crazy that made it on my list, but you definitely gotta watch that too if you haven't watched it. Let Me In is a very, very good movie. Moving on, so I actually wanted to talk about something today because I was hoping, because I know, it's the spooky season, it's Halloween. So I kind of wanted to talk about this on the channel just so hopefully, I could bring something new to you guys. Maybe you guys haven't, got into this before, but I want to talk about it on the channel today because I've just been was very obsessed with it as a kid, and now I'm like very obsessed with it again just because like I guess it's Halloween season, so I started listening to them a lot more. But scary horror stories on YouTube, or yeah, it's mainly on YouTube, but you can watch them. But scary stories on YouTube, like the horror stories, man, I've been watching them again, I've been obsessed with them again, um, and really, I've been obsessed with them since I was a kid. I wanna say I was 13 when I first started watching the scary horror stories on YouTube, and I think the first YouTube channel I watched was Mr. Nightmare. Shout out to Mr. Nightmare. If you guys don't know who Mr. Nightmare is, definitely suggest you guys go and check out his YouTube channel. There's just a whole bunch of like real life scary stories that take place on his channel that he just tells you about and he explains them. You know what I mean? And you can even send in your own like scary stories to him and he'll read them on the channel. Just very, very cool YouTube channel. Very nice guy too. You know what I mean? I've even like chatted with him a couple of times in his comment section. A very nice guy. But yeah, Mr. Nightmare, you just brought back memories law. Yes, man. Mr. Nightmare. Mr. Nightmare was definitely one of my favorite YouTube channels back in the day. And it's crazy because I found him young too, man. And it's like I would listen to him, like I would put headphones in and go to sleep listening to Mr. Nightmare, listening to these scary ass stories in the dark going to bed as a kid. But it was just something about it. Like, I don't know, I loved them. And like they helped me sleep too. They were just very soothing to me. Like I wouldn't even get scared. You know what I mean? Oddly enough, I loved horror movies as a kid, but like I would still get scared of them because of how young I was. You know what I mean? I didn't like fucking sleeping in the dark or anything. Um, but you know, oddly enough, I could put on Mr. Nightmare, turn the lights off, and I'd be completely fine. I don't know what it was, but Mr. Nightmare, a couple other ones that I watched. Wansi Entertainment. If you guys don't know who Wansi Entertainment is, they do animated horror stories on YouTube. So they'll take like in real life horror stories that they get from their viewers, but they'll animate them. So they'll make it an animation and tell the story at the same time with an animation that you could watch. I think that's also very, very cool. If you guys have not seen that yet, also very like I suggest you guys go watch that. Wansi Entertainment. Another one was Being Scared. I remember watching Being Scared the most, like, whenever I got a little older just because they were longer stories. Um, but I feel like Being Scared also has some fictional stories too, you know what I mean? There's a lot of real stories also on Being Scared, but there is some fictional ones too, and I think it's easy to point out fictional from real stories, you know what I mean? Definitely as I gotten older too. You know what I mean? Younger, maybe I believed it more, but it's very easy to point out the fictional stories from the real stories, but I don't mind hearing a fictional story every once in a while. Honestly, those are the ones that are going to be Goosebumps scared me. No, Goosebumps also scared me as a kid. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Because as I look back at it, I'm just like, "Why did" I don't know why it scared me, but I did. I it scared me. Didn't like the intro, the way the dog's eyes lit up in the intro, like, in the trailer. Oh, I didn't like that either, that scared me. Can't stand it. But honestly, I've been rewatching a lot of Goosebumps. Goosebumps is fire. Goosebumps is fire. Alright, moving on. Let's move on to, some skate takes. Um, we have a skate take coming up for you guys. If you guys are familiar with skateboarding, especially skateboarding today, there's a debate I've seen a lot of people talking about recently on X and Instagram. Being, is Andy Anderson the best stylistic skateboarder, stylistically the best skateboarder to date? And how does he compare to the likes of people like Nigel Houston? Um, First of all, I think it's best to say stylistically the best skater to date, just because I don't think you could go off the rails. I mean, maybe you could. Everybody can have their own opinion. But personally, me, I don't think I could go off the rails and say Andy Anderson is the best skateboarder to date. But stylistically, that we can debate with. You know what I mean? See, stylistically, then we can talk. Because see, that adds a whole different, that adds a whole different, meaning to the question, being stylistically. Because if we think stylistically, it doesn't mean what tricks you can do, how many you can do. It's honestly, when it comes down to, tricks and skateboarding, it's honestly how you do the tricks. What you can do with the tricks, you know what I mean? It's kind of like boxing, you know what I mean? You have combos to your punches. And skateboarding, it's the same thing. You're putting combos together, you're putting tricks together, and you're doing different combos, you know what I mean? You have gaps, you got rails that you can put combos together with, being stylistically. Mm, but it's not about what tricks you can do. It's not about what you can do. It's how you can do it when it comes it down to it stylistically. I used to read scary stories too to tell in the dark when I was younger. Yes, I don't know what it was, man, but scary stories hit. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie, they hit. Like, I prefer to listen to scary stories on YouTube than I do watching a horror movie sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's just because I like listening to like the real life stuff, you know what I mean? But I don't know, sometimes I'd rather do just a horror story than go watch a whole horror movie. Nothing wrong with it. Especially now, because like, it's very hard to find a good horror movie now these days. You really gotta search and you really gotta know, you know what I mean? Um, Luckily, me and Olivia are big, big horror fans, so it's kinda easier for us to spot out good movies between bad movies, but scary stories, like I said, sometimes I prefer to go and listen to them over watching horror movies. Like, that's how it be sometimes. But I highly suggest you go check some out on YouTube if you haven't before. Anyways, back to the Andy Anderson topic. Being stylistically, like I said, it's how you can do them, the way you put them together. You know what I mean? If you're, you know what I mean? Because when it comes down to stylistically, um, Andy Anderson, I honestly think is more of a real person than when it comes down to Nija. He's more of a gap person. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong; they both can do either or. But you see Andy Anderson doing a lot of gapping. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, whenever he's skating. Recently though, I did see a video of him doing a crazy grind on his board where he was doing on the front side of his board where he was just just going around the edges and people are like, how did he do that? How did he do that? I mean, I'm not gonna add to that being, making him the best realistic skateboarder, but it's that right there. It's how they do it. It's not what you do because anybody could have got up there and grinded that rail, but the way he did it, that's what it's about, it's the way you do it. Mm. You know, Nigel Houston, he's more of a competing kinda guy, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Nigel Houston has done a lot of amazing things in his career so far, you know what I mean? He's been, out there since he was a kid, you know what I mean? I remember with him being a kid, him even with him being having long hair and stuff like that, the long hair Nigel days, you know what I mean? It's really hard to put Andy Anderson above Nyjah, as a best skater, but, putting him stylistically better above Nyjah, I can see. Andy Anderson, like I said, Andy Anderson is very, very good when it comes to switching up what he does. You know what I mean? You don't ever see him hardly repeating the same combos. You hardly ever see him, repeating the same combos in a gap. You know what I mean? So he knows how to switch it up stylistically. He puts a lot of dedication to it. So this I can agree with. Yes, Andy Anderson could possibly be the best stylistic skateboarder to date. Yes. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments, or if you're watching live right now, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Andy Anderson is the best stylistic skateboarder to date over the likes of Nigel Houston and other pros? I don't know. You guys let me know. All right. Other things in skate news. Men's Street Skateboarding GB's tournament nationals just officially wrapped up 2 days ago over in London, which was interesting to see. I follow the event a little bit here and there, you know what I mean? And you had a lot of a couple of young guys that came out too that just performed very, very well, which wasn't very expected. This was the first actual like UK skateboarding event I watched. And you know what I mean? I loved it, honestly. I feel like it's a lot better than, the events that I see that happen in my hometown, which we're gonna get into a little bit later into the show. But yeah, no, congratulations to all the skaters that went out there and skated their hearts out. The event was very, good to follow, very nice to follow. Like I said, it was the first UK skating event I watched, and I loved it. You know what I mean? I felt like it was, like I said, better than events that I watched down here in Tampa. But yeah, no, definitely. Shout out to all the skaters that went out there and skated, and congratulations to the tournament winner. Don't know their name, don't know much about them, but shout out to the winner of the skateboard GB tournament nationals winner. Next up, we have the Tampa AM tournament coming up. Right now, practicing is just now wrapping up. Today the event will start tomorrow, October 19th. So if you guys are in the Tampa area or interested in skateboarding, make sure you guys go check out the Tampa AM event tournament that's going to be happening starting tomorrow, and it's going to be going on 3 days, a 3-day Tampa skating event. Um, so if you guys are ever in the Tampa area this weekend, make sure you guys go out and stop by. If you're interested in skateboarding, I've only been to this tournament one time. It was a little bit ago. So if you guys are in the Tampa area, make sure you guys stop by Tampa AM's happening this weekend. It is the only skateboarding event that's happening within this weekend and the next couple of weekends. So make sure you guys stop by and yeah, hopefully all the or I wish all the skaters good luck. All right, so moving on, let me go ahead and flip. My bad. I got a long one today. All right, so moving on to gaming and esports. We recently learned that the Game Pass and Xbox console prices are increasing, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen this coming. I knew Xbox was gonna do this. I knew it was going to happen. I had it in the back of my mind that they were going to do this. Why are they doing this? You wanna know why they're doing this? GTA potentially coming to Game Pass. You know what I mean? We had GTA 5 on Game Pass. I definitely think GTA 6 will be on Game Pass. Um, Call of Duty now also becoming an exclusive to the Game Pass. I don't know if Battlefield 6 was. I don't know if Battlefield 6 was part of the game or is a part of the Game Pass. If it is, you guys let me know. But Call of Duty is now part of the Game Pass. Uh, this is why the prices are rising, though. You know what I mean? And Xbox is doing this on purpose. And honestly, I'm going to be canceling my Xbox subscription. I'm no longer going to be subscribing just like other people are doing. I mean, people have been doing it online recently where they're just canceling their Xbox subscriptions. I'm gonna be doing the same thing. I'm not going to, you know, pay $30 for a Game Pass when again, I'm not actually even owning the games. You know what I mean? I get it, that's the whole point, it's a streaming service, but not even getting these games, and now you want me to pay $30 a month just to own a subscription, just to use a subscription, just to play games that I don't even own? I feel like it's greedy, and that just shows proof of how greedy the gaming companies are today, you know what I mean? We talked about it a couple episodes back, um, and it's crazy. I think it's crazy that, even the Xbox console prices are increased, you know what I mean? Their bread and butter was supposed to be the Game Pass, that was supposed to how how they were supposed to get their money. We all thought it was a smart idea, we liked it in the beginning, um, but now they wanna increase the prices of the consoles, you know what I mean? You start with the Game Pass, you make that $30 a month, now you're increasing the console prices? What makes you think anybody's going to buy your console? No one is. I don't know, I think it's greedy. Um, Let me know what you guys think of it. Are you guys mad about it? Do you guys not really care? Are you guys, Xbox users? If not, you know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like I said, personally, me, it kinda had me a little frustrated. Yeah, I might end up can't be greedy. It is. It is. A lot of people are canceling their subscriptions, and I don't blame them, as well as I am too. I don't Like I said, I don't even hardly touch my Xbox. This is the sad part about it. I hardly ever My fiancée plays it more than me, and the only reason why she plays it is for Sims, but why am I gonna pay $30 a month just for her to play Sims when we don't even own the game? I might as well go out and just buy Sims. I don't know, it's greedy, it's very greedy, and then, I don't know, what topped it off for me was the console prices. That was the cherry on top. That is what did it. I was fuming when I heard that, I'm not gonna lie. I was fuming. But it's exactly what it is. It's just corporate greed, it's company greed. Nobody cares about the fans anymore. You know what I mean? It's just sadly what it is. Nobody cares about the fans anymore. They don't care about what we want. They don't care about what the old fans want. You know what I mean? They don't care. That's just sadly what it is. It's all about the money now. I hate to see it, but that's just the sad reality of what it is. I mean, I get it, but it is a sad reality. Moving on, we have a rumor that G Fuel is going to also potentially be going out of business, which is crazy. G Fuel has been around for quite a while. I want to say since 2013, 2012, maybe G Fuel came out. It was the first gaming energy drink that came out that on the market. Mm. But there's been rumors that they are potentially going to be going out of business. But then yesterday, I seen they were promoting a new shaker and a new flavor based around or with a collaboration for Halloween 2. So I don't know why they're, coming out with new drinks if they're going out of business or if they're really going out of business or if it's just, a rumor. Like I said, that's why I said there's a rumor going around that G Fuel is shutting down. Um, but it wouldn't surprise me, and it wouldn't surprise me because all of the new energy drinks that we have on the market now, all the new gaming drinks we have on the market, you know what I mean? Since G Fuel came out, you had a lot of other gaming drinks that came out. You had Gamer Subs, Mountain Dew's Game Fuel, which that came out in 2010, and then, disappeared off shelves for a while. Then it came back a little bit for 2019 and through 2021, and then after that, that disappeared off the shelves again. Why? Because there's so many gaming drinks on the market now. You got Rogue Energy, which I'm sponsored by. You got Sneak Energy. You got, like I said, Gamer Subs, G Fuel. You had Game Fuel. There's just all these gaming drinks that you had, and then you had other people coming out with their drinks. Other people coming out with their different energy drinks. You know, what I mean, you had energy drink companies switching their drinks to gaming energy drinks. So you had a lot of these drink companies going around, so it would make sense that G Fuel does go out of business. You know what I mean? Which would be crazy. Like I said, it would be crazy, but there has been rumors that they will potentially be going out of business. And then I also heard something about the dye that they put in the G Fuel recently that has been a problem. I guess they've been putting like a certain dye in there or something. I don't know. I haven't drunk G Fuel in a while. I wouldn't know. It could be possible that they are going out of business. Next up in gaming news, Dying Light: The Beast new update. there has been a new update for the people that played the new Dying Light expansion, a standalone expansion, Dying Light the Beast. There is a new update that just came out this week, um, including a new map location, new gun schematics, new quests, new challenges for players to um, participate in, and the official 11-week roadmap has released for the game, which I wasn't really expecting for this to have a big or any roadmap, honestly. Like I said, I thought it was just going to be a little standalone story expansion with a couple of challenges and stuff like that, a couple of updates maybe, but they do have their first 11-week roadmap that is officially released. You guys can go and look it up on the official Dying Light website. The roadmap has been released, and I will after we end the show, I will also share on my YouTube channel what the roadmap looks like. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys playing Dying Light the Beast? Are you guys excited about the new update? What do you guys think of the new map expansion? What do you guys think of the new challenges? Will you guys be playing this weekend? If so, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, or let me know what you guys think right now if you're already playing. All right. What did everybody think of the Dying Light update? Oh, miss anything in chat? Good. Let me know what you guys thought of our gaming news today. Are you guys canceling y'all's Xbox subscriptions? Do you guys really think G Fuel's going out of business, or do you guys think it's just a rumor? Are you excited about the new Dying Light updates? Are you guys playing Dying Light this weekend? I played Dying Light 2, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have not played Dying Light the Beast yet. There's just a lot of games that came out recently that I haven't played. I haven't played Borderlands 4 yet. G Fuel might need a rebrand, not gonna lie. Yeah, I feel like even a rebrand might even help. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's just so many gaming drinks that saturate the gaming industry now. There's just so many. Like maybe G Fuel should do like a rebrand and maybe change up the formula if they're really putting like that dye shit in the drinks. Change up the formula, rebrand, do something because it definitely ain't working. All right, guys, moving on. Before we end the show, I promised you guys I would read everyone a snippet of the No Through Road 5 teaser. And that's what we're going to do. I have it written down right here of the teaser that I'm going to read you guys. And then, like I said, it's only going to be maybe like a 3-minute reading. Make sure you guys listen. If you gotta put subtitles, I don't know if we subtitles or not, but I don't know. Oh yeah, read it. I'm ready. All right, here we go. Make sure everybody is ready for me to read it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start from the top. Make sure I have the right one. Okay, and make sure I have the right one. I don't want to read the right one, the wrong one here. Got the one I wanted to read though. All right, so prologue: The Disappearance. February 28th, 1978, Lake Michigan, USA. Stephen Kubecki, a 23-year-old logistics student from Hope College, Michigan, glided across the frozen expanse of Lake Michigan on his cross-country skis. The wind howled like distant scream, whipping snow into his face as he pushed forward, seeking solitude in the vast white wilderness. He'd told friends he needed time to think about life, his studies, the strange dream that plagued his mind of endless roads, masked figures. Little did he know those dreams were harbingers of something darker. As the sun dipped low, Stephen's tracks veered toward the shore. He paused, spotting an unnatural shimmer in the ice, a ripple-like heat haze on a summer highway, but impossible in the sub-zero cool. Curiosity drew him closer. Air hummed with an electric charge, and the world blurred. One moment he was on the lake, the next his skis crunched on gravel. Disoriented, he looked around. no lake, no Michigan. Instead, a foggy English countryside unfolded, with a weathered sign reading Broomhoff Farm. Private road, no through road. And that's it. All I'm giving you guys for right now. That is it. There is your, how long was that? Maybe 3 minute teaser of No Through Road Part 5. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, I realized while reading through the first bit of it, I kind of like mumbled over a couple of words, so I do apologize for that. But hopefully you guys heard me clearly. But there is your 3 minute snippet teaser of the short story I'm writing for No Through Roads part. Like I said, here on Halloween, we're going to read the whole script out for everybody. That is just a little snippet prologue. But here on Halloween, we are going to read the whole thing for you guys. We're gonna read the whole script here on Halloween night. Interesting change of pace. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little different. Might have caught people a little off guard, but whenever I told you guys the no face being in the snow in that little teaser that I released a month back, a picture of him being in the snow and stuff would make sense. I told you guys it would make sense, and it's going to. I know you guys might be a little confused still. That's why I wanted to read this specifically to you guys. I want to keep you guys a little confused and not knowing yet, but it is all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. But yeah, it is official. We are going to have another Steven in the story. So, but it's going to tie together. Then I'm your sister. I think I deserve to hear it all before Halloween. On here though, you're the rest of the audience. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Halloween ain't that far away. Halloween ain't that far away. But so far, that is what we got for the little teaser for No Through Roads Part 5. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you guys are excited for it. I see some of you guys are excited for it, so happy to see that. It's okay, I understand. No, I might give you a little more though. You might get one more teaser. You might get one more special teaser. How about that? Anyways, moving on as we close off, start to get to the end of the show. What did you guys think of what we talked about today? What did everybody think about our topics? What did you guys think about what we talked about? Do you guys have any hot takes of what I talked about? Do you guys have any personal opinions on any of our topics? I'm excited for what you have in store. Oh yeah, we have a lot more. Trust me, we have a lot more. I appreciate you guys for the kind words. I appreciate you guys for giving me your thoughts. I am working very hard on this, and I wanted to come on here and show you guys I am writing it, and I did not forget about anything. Great episode. I'm proud of you. Keep going. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Olivia. And by the way, usually during this segment of the show coming out to, the end, I would have people come up and talk via Twitter Space because we also do the show live off of X. If you guys didn't know, some of you guys know that already, but I know a lot of you guys like to watch it through YouTube. It's just a little better. Look forward to this every Saturday. Well, thank you. We're gonna be here every Saturday. Every Saturday. And we're only gonna get better. Like I said, you guys, I'm just now starting this off, but it is only going to get better. I promise you guys that. Mm. And next episode, by the way, we are going to have another special guest on the show. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And I will post about that soon for who we're going to have on the. Yeah, like I said, during the snippet, I would have people come up on X and I give you guys usually 5 minutes to come up on the X space and say what you want to say, give your opinions on the topics that we talked about today. Everybody gets like 5 minutes to come up and speak. So if you guys wanted to, you guys can go follow me on X right now. It is in my channel bio. And I also posted a link. If you go to my post section on my channel, I posted a link on there too. You guys can click there. It also bring you up to the space. That way you guys can come up here and speak and talk to me for a little bit. or give me hot takes of what you guys thought of the day. So moving on before we close out, we have highlight of the week. So we have a highlight of the week. You guys know we do this at the end of the show where we talk about something positive from our week, what we can take from that positive thing happening. It's all about taking things positive from our week and talking about them, you know what I mean? That only spreads more positivity. So, what is y'all's highlight of the week? What is everybody's highlight of the week? Take something positive from your week. It could have been anything. It could have been anything that happened throughout your week. Personally, my highlight of the week is my birthday. As you guys know, last episode, it was a couple of days before my birthday. It's all about consistency. You got this. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me too. Um, but yeah, my highlight of the week, like I said, it was my birthday. As you guys know, last episode we did, it was a couple of days before my birthday. We talked about it. You guys wished me happy early birthday, which I appreciated. Um, but it really was good. My birthday was good. I didn't have like a big party or anything, but as you get older, it's when it comes to my birthday, I like hearing people, wish me happy birthday. I like to see all the people that, care. And it's nice to get, nice words from people and all the family and all the people that care about you and all the friends, that care about you. So my birthday was nice. I had a lot of birthday wishes. So everybody that wished me happy birthday, thank you guys so much. And yeah, I had a very, very great birthday. I just spent time here at the house with my daughter and my fiance, which is what I wanted, and to be honest, is what I wanted. So it was great. Um, so I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan. And they released a teaser for a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shorts coming as a Christmas special this year. So it'd be very cool to see, very exciting to see. Um, Honestly, I like the Christmas atmosphere. Like I said, I like Halloween a little better, but of the week was the meeting for little Ronald. Oh yeah, the meeting that you had yesterday for him. That was good. That's a very good highlight of the week. Very good highlight of the week. And good job to shout out to little Ronald for doing very good in school, everybody. Shout out to little Ronald for doing great in school. We'll give little Ronald a little shout out on the show today. That way he can say that he had a shout out on the grading show. Moving on. But yeah, so we have the Ninja Turtles teaser that came out. Like I said, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I really do like the Christmas atmosphere. So it'd be nice to see the turtles in the Christmas atmosphere and stuff like that, and what's all gonna happen. Mm. Only thing I don't like is I guess they're gonna have like AI be a big part of it, which I'm not very excited about, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, it's coming this Christmas. No official date, but I know it is coming around this year for Christmas time. All right, everybody, that is gonna go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the last 5 minutes to go ahead and talk to you guys. You guys can tell me right now what everybody thought of the show, and talk about things that happened during your week. Okay, can you say it again? Shout out to little Ronald for doing very good in school. Shout out to little Ronald, everybody. Everybody say good job to little Ronald for doing good in school. Good job. He gets a shout out on the grading show for doing great in school. Good job, little Ronald. Anyways, though, if you guys are new around here, like I said, I suggest you guys go and check out all the other previous episodes that we have here on the channel of the grading show. I have a playlist for it, like I said, on my channel. And for the people that are listening on the Twitter space, you can also go to the YouTube channel to see the other episodes and stuff like that. So if you guys would also like I said, follow me on Twitter so that way you guys can come up and talk on the space if you guys want. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Chronic. You're welcome, Olivia. Thank you, Chronic, by the way. Chronic says, good job, little Ron. Keep it up. Yeah, make sure you guys go check out the other episodes on my channel playlist. And like I said, if you guys are new around here, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. It helps the channel out a lot. And I really do appreciate a lot. Like I said, it helps me out. So I do appreciate it if you guys do like, subscribe, even share, by the way. Share to friends, you know what I mean? Let's try to build a, big community here. Dylan will def tune in next week. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in this week. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you guys share, like I said, I appreciate it. Helps me out. Make sure you guys stay tuned tomorrow, by the way, because we are doing the Team Versity and PNX reunion here live tomorrow. So for any of you guys are longtime followers of the channel, you guys would know what Team Versity and PNX is. We are going to do a 2025 reunion that takes place tomorrow. We're gonna, host a little live event where we're gonna have questions. We're gonna do Q&As and stuff like that. Gonna have little events for everybody to participate in. It's going to be an all-out fun experience. So here's your last reminder going out to any members or anybody that remembers Team Versity. We are doing a 2025 reunion live here on the channel tomorrow. Yes, hit the bell to always be notified for when we go live here on the show. I appreciate you, Olivia, for reminding me. Anyways, I hope everybody has a good week. Hope everybody has a good rest of their day. Bet what time again? It is going to start at 5. We're going to start the reunion at 5. We're going to do it at 5 o'clock. Make sure you guys be there for the reunion. Other than that, I appreciate everybody for stopping by on the show. Also for the Team Versity reunion, make sure you guys go to the Discord server. Join the Discord server because that is where we're going to be having it take place. Appreciate you guys. Other than that, thank you guys for coming out. This is going to wrap up episode 6 of the grading show. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Again, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I much appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot, helps out our community a lot. And other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Team Versity and PNX reunion. Other than that, see you guys. Peace.